Hello everyone, and welcome back to Educational Express. I am so glad you're here with me today. Have you ever looked at a grain of sand or a drop of water and wondered, what is this actually made of? Today we are traveling back to the 17th century to explore a poem that attempted to answer that very question long before modern microscopes existed. We are diving deep into a world made by atoms by the visionary Margaret Cavendish. This isn't just a poem, it's a scientific journey written in verse. By the end of this video, you'll understand the philosophy, the science, and the rebellious spirit of the woman who wrote it. Let's get started. About the author, the Duchess of Newcastle. To truly understand the poem, we must understand the brilliant mind of Margaret Cavendish. Imagine living in the 1600s. Women were expected to stay quiet and stay home, but Margaret was different. She was bold, she was eccentric, and she was a prolific writer. She was the first woman to be invited to the Royal Society of London, the most prestigious scientific group of that time. She lived during the Scientific Revolution, a time when people were moving away from magic and looking toward reason. Margaret was fascinated by atomism. She believed that the universe wasn't just a divine miracle, but a complex machine made of tiny self-moving parts. She wrote this poem to make these heavy scientific ideas accessible to everyone through the beauty of poetry. Detailed analysis of the poem. Let's break down the core ideas of the poem. Cavendish explains the universe using the concept of atoms, which she calls small, subtle bodies. 1. The diversity of shapes. Cavendish suggests that atoms aren't all the same. Their shape determines what they create. Earth. She describes Earth as being made of square or flat atoms. Why? Because Earth is solid, stable, and stays in place. Water. Water atoms are described as round and smooth. This explains why water flows so easily and takes the shape of its container. Air. Air is made of even lighter, more circular atoms that can float and move through everything. Fire. Fire is made of sharp and pointed atoms. This is a brilliant metaphor. Fire stings and burns because its atoms are physically sharp. 2. The concept of motion. One of the most modern ideas in this poem is that atoms are in constant motion. Cavendish argues that these atoms dance, collide, and join together. They don't need a giant hand to move them. They have a natural energy within themselves. This was a revolutionary idea called vitalist materialism, the belief that matter itself is alive and intelligent. Philosophical themes and human touch. Now let's look at why this poem feels so human. Cavendish wasn't just writing a textbook. She was expressing wonder. She compares atoms to dust in the sunbeam. We have all seen dust dancing in a ray of light entering a dark room. By using this simple image, she makes the invisible visible. The theme of order versus chaos. The poem tells us that while atoms are tiny and individual, they work together to create a harmonious world. It's a lesson in cooperation. If the atoms didn't agree to join together, there would be no trees, no oceans, and no humans. Challenging the status quo. By writing this, Cavendish was essentially saying, I don't need to be a man in a lab to understand the universe. I can use my imagination and my logic to see the truth. This makes the poem a landmark for feminist literature as well as scientific poetry. Critical summary for exams. If you are writing an essay on this, remember these 3 key points. Materialism. Everything in the world has a physical atomic basis. Geometry of nature. The physical shape of atoms dictates the properties of the elements. Intellectual courage. Cavendish used poetry as a medium for scientific inquiry, breaking the gender barriers of her time. Her work reminds us that science and art are not enemies. They are 2 different ways of looking at the same beautiful world. I hope this deep dive into Margaret Cavendish's world has been helpful for your studies and your curiosity. Now, I want to hear from you. What topic should I cover in my next video? Please comment your suggestions below. I will look through all of them, and the topic with the most likes on the comment will be the subject of my next video. This channel is for you, so you get to decide where we go next. If you enjoyed this detailed breakdown, please like this video and subscribe to Educational Express. Don't forget to hit the bell icon so you never miss an update. Thank you so much for watching. Keep learning, and I'll see you in the next one.